Yes, students, good morning. And now, in continuation with the video lecture based on thermal properties of matter of class 11th physics, we had discussed up to part 5th of the video lecture. And in that video lecture, we had discussed about the effect of temperature, what is temperature, and then we had discussed about the boiling point, melting point, and freezing point. All these things we had discussed and in that video. Now in today's video we are going to discuss about the effect of pressure on boiling point. What is the effect of pressure on boiling point? So simply the with with increase in pressure of a liquid, its boiling point increases. So dear students, you had obviously heard that when you want to boil water at a mountain, it boils at lower temperature, and if you are going to boil that the same water at the sea level, it boils at the higher temperature, because at the sea level the pressure increases and at the mountain there is the pressure decrease in pressure, so the boiling point decreases there. And with the help of simple experiment, I want to explain you that suppose you had taken a conical flask, and in that conical flask you had made a cork, and this conical flask is attached with the stand, and here there is a burner. We had placed a burner over here and starts heating. Here there is a thermometer. This is thermometer to measure temperature, thermometer, and here there is a tube you had placed to increase or decrease the temperature. So now what you will observe, when the tube is closed from this end, and then what will happen when you heat here and the tube is closed, so what happens, the pressure inside the conical flask starts increasing, and due to increase in pressure, if at 1 atm, if at 1 atmospheric pressure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, then at 2 atmospheric pressure water boils at 118 degrees Celsius. Clear? If the pressure inside it is 1 atm, then it starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius. But if the pressure is going to be increased, then the boiling point increases to 118 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if the top of this conical tube is going to be opened, then what will happen? Then the pressure is decreased, and as the pressure is decreased below 1 atm, then it is observed that water starts boiling at 80 degree Celsius. Means with decrease in pressure, the boiling point of water decreases, and with increase in pressure the boiling point of water increases. And now this is the effect of pressure on the boiling point, means with increase in pressure the boiling point of the liquid increases. Similarly, now we will discuss about triple point of water. Triple point of water. What is the meaning of triple point of water? So we will discuss about triple point of water. And the temperature of a substance remains constant during its phase change. As you know that we had discussed earlier that if there is a substance, then during phase change its temperature remains constant. Its temperature remains constant. Means if ice is going to be converted into water, to till the time up to which the total ice is not going to convert it into water, its temperature remains constant. And as the total ice is going to be converted into water, its temperature increases. And at 100 degrees Celsius, at 100 degrees Celsius, the again the temperature gets constant. And after that, if after that whole water, if whole water is going to convert it into steam, till now the temperature remains constant. So during phase change the temperature remains, during phase change the temperature remains, during phase change the temperature remains constant. Temperature of any liquid remains constant during phase change. So the graph between temperature and pressure of the substance can be plotted by phase diagram, that is called as PT graph. So the diagram of the phase change, the diagram of the phase change means we are going to draw the diagram, that is phase diagram, that is phase change for water. So look at the phase change of water in the diagram, and after that we will discuss about the triple point of water. Okay, dear students, so now we will discuss about the diagram of pressure and temperature, where the diagram between pressure and temperature we will draw. And this diagram, where the different phases of water is represented by different curves. We will represent it by different curves, and these regions, these curves are called as, these curves are called as solid curve, liquid curve, and vapor curve. Means we will plot the pressure temperature graph, and that pressure temperature graph can be divided into three regions. The first region is the solid region, liquid region, and vapor region. And the solid region and liquid region is divided by a curve that is called as solid curve. The solid and liquid region is divided by that curve is called as liquid curve, and liquid and vapor region, that is called as the vapor curve. Okay, so we can say that in solid curve, what will happen in solid curve? States solid and vapor phases, solid and liquid phases, and liquid and vapor phases. Solid curve consists of solid and liquid phases. Liquid curve, this represents liquid and vapor phases, and so dear students, the temperature and pressure at which these three curves coexist simultaneously. The three curves coexist simultaneously is called as triple point of that coexist simultaneously is called as triple point of that substance. Suppose it is water, then it can be called as the triple point of water. So suppose it is carbon dioxide, then it is called as triple point of carbon dioxide. So by graph I want to represent this. So first of all, we will draw the temperature pressure graph. Suppose on this axis we had drawn the temperature in degrees Celsius. On this axis we had drawn pressure in atm. Look at here about this graph. Okay, now different curves I want to represent. This is fusion curve, vaporization curve, and sublimation curve. Fusion curve, vaporization curve, and sublimation curve. Fusion curve, vaporization curve, and sublimation curve. And in this region it exists as solid, in this region it exists as liquid, and in this region it will exist as gas or vapor. Okay, look at here, students. This is the curve where solid and liquid coexist, and here it is ice, here it is water. Clear? Here solid and vapor coexist. If certain substance which is going to convert directly solid from vapor, converted into vapor from solid, then this curve is called as sublimation curve. And here solid and vapor coexist. On this curve the solid and vapor coexist, and on this curve liquid and vapor coexist. So this curve is called as vaporization curve. And this is the temperature, this is the pressure, and this is the temperature. This is the temperature and this is the pressure. So at this pressure and temperature, at this pressure, at this pressure and at this temperature, look at here, both solid, liquid and gases can coexist. So this temperature and pressure is called as triple point of water, and it is 0.006, and this temperature is 0.01 degree Celsius, approximately 0 degree Celsius, or 273 Kelvin. So this is called as the triple point of water, where both the solid, liquid and gases can coexist, and it is called as triple point of water. So this is about triple point of water, students. And pressure, actually this thing happens at very low pressure, which cannot be maintained or imagined. So this is practically this thing, visualizing this thing is not possible, because this pressure is very low pressure, 0.06 atm. So this is about triple point of water. Now we are going to discuss about latent heat. So dear students, latent heat is nothing. Latent heat is the amount of heat supplied per unit mass of a substance during its phase change without increase in temperature. So amount of heat supplied to a substance per unit mass during its phase change without increase in its temperature. Okay, so suppose a substance is going to be converted from solid to liquid. So till the whole substance is not going to be converted into liquid, up to that the temperature remains constant, and the amount of heat supplied per unit mass during the phase change, either from solid to liquid or liquid to vapor, then that temperature is called as, that heat supplied is called as latent heat. And the value of latent heat is usually at standard atmospheric pressure. It is at standard it is at standard atmospheric pressure, because latent heat changes with pressure. Means the pressure should be fixed, because if the pressure is going to be varied, latent heat is going to be varied. So it is done at standard temperature. Its SI unit is joule per kg. SI unit for latent heat is joule per kg. Okay, so if a mass of m is going to be converted from one state or one phase to other phase, then the heat supplied can be given as Q is equal to m into L. Heat supplied Q is equal to m into L, and from here latent heat L can be written as heat supplied per unit mass. So during the phase change, heat required to the substance depends upon the mass of the substance and heat of transmission. So L depends on mass and heat of transformation Q. Heat of transformation Q. So if more latent heat, then or more latent heat means heat supplied will be more and mass will be less. Heat supplied will be more and mass will be less. Okay, and mass is the more. If mass is more, then latent heat will be less and less amount of heat is supplied. So L is equal to Q upon M, that is heat supply. So during the phase change, heat required by the substance depends upon the mass M of the substance and heat transformation Q. Different types of latent heat. First one is latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion, that is called as LF. Means latent heat of fusion means heat supplied per unit mass for change it from solid to liquid. So latent heat of fusion, solid to liquid state change. Solid to liquid state change. Solid to liquid state change, and the formula is same. It can be written as LF is equal to Q upon M. Second one is LF is equal to Q upon M. Latent heat of fusion, then latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization, that is LV, and latent heat of vaporization, liquid to vapor, liquid to vapor state change. Liquid to vapor state change, and it can be written as LV, and it is equal to Q upon M. And the third one is latent heat of vaporization, and it is also LV is equal to Q upon M, and joule per kg, joule per kg, joule per kg. And another is sublimation. Latent heat of sublimation. Latent heat of sublimation, that is LS, and it can be written as LS is equal to Q upon M, and it is also equal to joule per kg. Means this is the heat required per unit mass during the state change from solid to gas or solid to vapor. So this is the, now we had studied about the variation of temperature during a state change, and this is variation of temperature and heat energy. Suppose here we had drawn the temperature and here we had drawn heat energy. Clear? So heat is given here, but it is spent in state change, so there will be no increase in temperature. But as the state changes thoroughly, then after that the specific heat is going to be depend on the temperature difference, and again for the phase change, the heat supplied is as the latent heat, and it is not going to increase the specific heat of the material. So this is the heat is added or removed, a state change remains constant, and hence are not all the same, which indicates the specific heat at various states are not equal. Clear? So this is about the latent heat, and now we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is heat transfer.